Hi everyone, so I'm continuing with section 4.1 and I'm now doing check your understanding number 1. All right, so identifying the characteristics of a quadratic function from its graph. So the first check your understanding, here it is. Okay, oops. All right, so you are to graph this, okay, by hand. Now, please do this on a grid paper or graph paper. You need to know how to do this by hand because when we get to the assessment, you will have to do this by hand. You may begin by creating a table of values to help you figure out the points in your graph. So at this point, I want you to pause the video, grab a graph paper, create a table of values, and slowly create your graph. All right? So pause it for now. And then once you are done with graphing it, um, answer all of these. Okay. And I will also discuss it. So please pause it now. All right, so let's continue. So we're looking for the intercepts, the coordinates of the vertex, the equation of the axis of symmetry, the domain, and the range of the function. Let's take a look. I already graphed it using Desmos. So I still have the question here. I just copied it, all right? But I also use Desmos for this. So as you can see, I have the graph right here. The graph of y equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 would be opening up because it has a positive coefficient for the x squared. We already know that, right? Okay. How many x-intercepts are there? So as you can see, we have two, negative 3, 0, all right, and 1, 0. The x-intercepts are negative 3 and 1. What else do you notice? Oh, there is a y-intercept negative 6, which is also given in the function itself because the y-intercept is defined as that point wherein the x is 0. So really, if you use just the function to figure out what is the y-intercept, it is the number at the very end, all right, for the most part. Why is it the number at the very end? Because it's the one that has no x, okay? Or what's happening here is if you're thinking, why is it that it doesn't have an x? Because the definition of the y-intercept is that point wherein the x value is 0. So really what happened to the first two terms here is that the x's were replaced by 0. So this one becomes a 0. This one becomes a 0. So the only thing left was the negative 6, all right? Okay. So Desmos also gave me the vertex, negative 1, negative 8. Okay. And what else? I also showed you the equation of the axis of symmetry. All right. So, okay. The axis of symmetry is that broken line that cuts the parabola into two equal parts, and it has an equation. Okay, right here. The equation actually is as simple as x is equal to whatever is the x value of the vertex. So that's another thing that I would like you to remember. To create the equation of the axis of symmetry, it will always be x is equal to whatever is the value of the x coordinate in the vertex. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, what is the domain of the function? Well, the domain of the function will always be x is all real numbers because it is a parabola. Now, what about the range? The range will be given by um, this y value of the vertex. However, since it is opening up, this negative 8 would be the lowest value that your y can have. As you can see, since it is opening up, you cannot find a point in the graph that would be like um, negative 10, all right? All right, because negative 10 would be somewhere here, right? So all of the values for your y would be greater than or equal to negative 8, all right? The way I write it is just the way it is usually written in university. I know that the book doesn't even write it this way. The book usually cuts it here, just this, okay? And that's okay. I mean, I'm just showing you how it is usually done in university. It's been quite a while since I was last in post-secondary, but from my discussions with other professors, I think that they still are doing this, okay? But of course, if this is what you do, because that's what is in the book, I will not dock you for any mark there, because if that's what the book says, then so be it. All right. Any questions? Okay, that's the end of check your understanding number one. Thanks for watching. Bye.